Today I want to talk to you about some announcements that Amazon have made in relation to their FBA fees and storage charges, and it's going to make a major difference to a lot of people. And to be honest, it's going to put some people out of business, and others are going to just wonder what hit them. So today, what I wanted to do was talk about what these changes are, what they mean for you, and how you can stay ahead of everyone else. So the first one we get is the Inventory Performance Index. Now you probably see this turn up in your dashboard in the last month or so, and at first you just wondered, well, what's all this about? Because what it means, it's hidden in this FBA announcement that they made. And basically it's a number. You'll see it in your dashboard. It's between 1 and 1,000. Ours is 505, and the issue is they don't tell you terribly much about it, but it's going to become vitally important, especially as you start to look towards moving into fourth quarter. Now, this is updated weekly, and it's based on a number of factors, but they don't actually tell us what it's based on. So they just say, it's based on the top influencing factors, excess inventory, in-stock inventory, and stranded inventory. And they give you some guidelines is to correcting those. I mean, if you've got stranded inventory, you need to fix that straight away. That's something that's fairly easy to fix. But in stock, making sure that you don't go out of stock on your products, obviously that's going to become important, and whether you've got excess inventory. I have a feeling that excess inventory is going to become important. The real issue is if it falls below 350. Now, there's a couple of things that's going to be a problem. So if you're close to 350, or if your inventory performance index is moving downwards towards that level, there's some important things that are going to happen. That was announced in that FBA charges, I think it was the 22nd of February. It's hidden in there as to what it means. So let's look at what it means. So each quarter, 6 weeks before the quarter ends, so the first one coming up is the 19th of May, and you'll get a warning if it's below 350. And then at the quarter end, so in this case the first one's coming up is 30th of June, if it's still below 350, the first thing they're going to do is reduce your storage limits for the next quarter. So if you had, say, the example they gave is 1,200 cubic feet of storage, they're going to reduce that down to, say, 1,000 cubic feet. So what it will mean is, while you're still above those storage limits, your new revised downwards storage limit, you won't be able to put in any new FBA shipments until you get below that limit, which means you've got to get that stock out. Plus, you've got an overage storage charge at $10 a cubic foot per month over the limit. And that's in addition to the monthly storage charges and the long-term storage charges. And if you're over 350 at 6 weeks before and at the quarter end, then you get unlimited storage. So what have you got to do in this if you're close to 350? Well, first thing you need to do is fix stranded inventory. Sometimes it's a quick fix, a couple of clicks, and you've kind of fixed that up. We had that issue in our Canadian one, and just suddenly got lost, and then you clicked it again and relisted it and behaved itself. You need to reduce your excess inventory. Now, that'll probably mean putting in a removal order to send to another warehouse, the sale of your slow-moving stock, and you've got to make sure that your selling products actually have stock. Because the important thing here is, if you get your storage limit reduced and you don't take care of this excess stock, you won't be able to stock up for fourth quarter. And this is when I initially said, what is it going to mean for your business? And some people are going to put them out of business, etc. Is because if they're over their limit, over their revised downward limit of their storage limits, then they won't be able to put any new shipments in for the fourth quarter. So a quick prediction what's going to happen is, once the rest of the market understands the effect of these new fees and storage limits, there's going to be a rush for removal orders. So expect price discounting in late May and June as sellers reduce stock. And I think discounting will get savage as June 30 gets closer and people realise what this actually means. It may actually push PPC up. So you need to be aware that this is the reasoning for the discount and perhaps write it out rather than kind of chase the market down in this 6-week period. We did a quick survey of our mailing list just to see where people were in relation to their inventory performance index. 14% were below 350. So that means they've got a problem that they need to address now. 41% were between 350 and 500. So there's a fair proportion there where the problem is we don't know what Amazon's formula is for working out what this inventory performance index is, and they could move it at any time quite rapidly and you could get caught out. And 45% are over 500, so at this stage they're looking quite good. So that's something to be aware of, is that Amazon may change the rules and quite quickly you could be sitting at 500 and quite quickly your inventory performance index could go down. So let's look at the long-term storage changes. Now, Amazon are moving their business from a storage and fulfillment business to a fulfillment business. They get a much better return on their money, on their investment in their warehouses from fulfillment rather than just storing stock. Last year they had problems with the warehouses actually being full and they couldn't move enough stock through for Christmas. So they're looking at maximising their investment there. So the long-term storage charges, this is for storage over 180 days. And we've got an 84% increase in long-term storage costs. So it's now going to be charged monthly rather than semi-annually. So previously you just got this one-off charge. Now it's going to be charged monthly. So that'll hit home. Between 181 and 365 days, it's $3.45 per month per cubic foot, and over 365 days, it's $6.90 per month per cubic foot. Now, don't forget, if you've got the inventory performance index and you're under 350, you'll get charged an extra $10 a unit in relation to that. So chances are, if you've got if you're getting hit with long-term storage costs, then you may also be in the problem of having your inventory performance index being low. So let's look at the monthly storage costs. This is something that came in probably 6 months to a year ago. They increased it by 5 cents per cubic foot per month. And so that's a 7.8% increase in the standard size and 11.6% in the oversized category. The interesting thing about this was we just did some numbers and we thought, oh, well, one of our products takes up a tenth of a cubic foot, so therefore it's about 6 cents, 6 or 7 cents a unit. But then we worked out, well, this product is not selling as fast as we like. It actually ended up about 50 cents per unit on the storage costs for that. So that's something we're going to have to consider what we're going to do with that product. So the FBA fulfillment costs, now they've got some changes in relation to here. We've got the old prices, $2.41. The small, they haven't really changed. The large £1 or less has gone from $2.99 to $3.19. A 20-cent increase, but the large £1 to £2 goes from $4.18 to $4.71. So that's a 53-cent increase. So significant, and also the oversized ones have also gone up considerably as well. Interesting to point out here that you should check your products whether they are £1 or less. We were getting charged $4.71 for a product that's less than £1. So we just put in a case with Seller Central, and we're going to see where that arrives after getting multiple replies saying you're still being charged $4.71. It then got basically, you get the same answer over and over again. We eventually got it escalated to a different department. So we're waiting to see on that one. So if we look at the prices with these new costs in it, it's something you need to consider with your prices. So we've got the effect of this on a $20 product and some costs in there. So we've got a 40% margin there. The change in the FBA costs means that it drops down to 37%. So basically a 53-cent drop there. If we wanted to maintain the same gross profit rate, we would have to increase our prices to $21.21, or maintain the same gross profit dollars, increase it to $20.63. So it's something you should be aware of in terms of what things you can do there. It should be noted we've got a pricing calculator. You can see that it's one of our blogs at dolmanbateman.com.au. In the blog section, you can download this pricing calculator. It enables you to basically price your goods in any particular market, taking into account different currencies, and it uploads the most current currency that you're using at that time. So just in summary, we've got a couple of things we need to take into account in relation to these new charges. One is the inventory performance index, and whether you're going to be below 350. That's going to be becoming really important moving into fourth quarter as people start realizing what that means. The next thing you have to be thinking about is the effect of these changes in. You also have to consider the changes to the monthly storage fees, the long-term storage fees, and any overage fees that you've got, and the FBA costs. So there's some increasing costs you need to think about how you change your prices in relation to that.